and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You've been given instructions to do these 4 problems, which you already have done on your paper because you follow directions. Every time I say something, you follow directions. I'm so proud of you for that. We are doing these inequalities. These are called inequalities because you're seeing if they're equal or not. Inequalities. So when you get a problem that says, what is the inequality? Solve these inequalities. That's what you would do. I'm going to show you the process that I know nobody followed it here, but when you get them wrong, I will be irritated and you'll be required to follow them. So please know that. Our first problem, and we're going to learn how to say this. We don't say the open end or that one's bigger. We're actually going to read them like in words as a sentence. It's real easy actually. When we are comparing numbers, and I know you've been taught this, I'm going to show you the process, because if you know your numbers from 0 to 9, and you know what order you count the numbers in and what is bigger than other numbers, you should never miss this type of problem. Because if you miss this type of problem, that just tells me that you didn't take the time, because everybody who knows their numbers can get these done correctly. Now the process for comparing these 2 numbers, we're going to write them down, and we're going to line up the place values. So the ones place over the ones place, the decimal point over the decimal point, the tenths place over the tenths place. Now I notice that one number has hundredths and thousandths in it, and the other number does not. So let's look at the one that does not. We have 8 and 6/10. Well, if you had 8 and 6/10, so you had 8 of these and 6 of these on your desk, and Mr. McMurdo said, all right, I'm going to come by and give you 0 hundredths. I'm going to give you 0 of these. Does that change what you have on your desk? No. So if I add this 0 here, that doesn't change the value. And then after I put that 0, I give you 0 hundredths, I'm going to give you 0 thousandths. 0 thousandths. Is that going to change what you have on your desk? No. Because I'm giving you 0 of something. I'm giving you none. So we put these zeros in. We call them placeholders. And that is to help you to make sure you have your ones over your ones, your decimal over your decimal, your tenths over your tenths, your hundredths over your hundredths, your thousandths over your thousandths. You want to make sure you have them lined up because it's easier to compare the numbers. Then we start with our biggest place value. Our biggest place value. And I'm going to make sure Rosita, what is our biggest place value in this comparison?
I think it would be 8.
8, and what place value is that in?
That's in
the ones place. So the 8 is in the ones place. Do we have a difference in the ones place, Rosita?
No.
No. So that means we need to go back. Oh, it's acting crazy. We need to go back to the next place value. So what is the next place value I need to compare, Rosita? The 6, which is in what place?
Which is in the
Tenths place. So is there a difference there in the tenths place? No. So Rosita, what place value do I go next?
You go to the hundredths.
The hundredths place. So is there a difference there?
Yes.
We have a 9 and we have a 0. Which is greater, 9 or 0? 9. So the one that has the 9 is the greater number. So I would read this 8 and 699 thousandths is greater than 8 and 6/10. 8 and 699 thousandths is greater than 8 and 6/10. That's how I'd read it in words if I were in 5th grade or above. Hey, you guys are in 5th grade.
Yeah, we never noticed.
I'm in the 4th grade.
All right, our next problem. I've lined up each place value. Ones over ones. Tenths over tenths. Hundredths over hundredths. Thousandths over thousandths. Why are we talking when I didn't call on you? Jaden. So, is there a difference anywhere? No. That means these are equal. 5 and 818 thousandths is equal to 5 and 818 thousandths. So now we look at our next problem. We have 8 and 8/10, 8 and 792 thousandths. Again, we've lined up our ones place over our ones place, our decimal point over our decimal point, our tenths over our tenths, our hundredths over our hundredths, and our thousandths over our thousandths. Brantley, what would be my next step? Brantley, yes, answer. Answer, what's my next step? You just tell me.
Your next step, would it be to compare the 8s?
Okay. First, I'm going to add my placeholder zeros because I want to make sure I don't make a silly mistake. But then you're right. We start in what place value? What place value is that?
The 1s.
The ones place. Is there a difference in the ones place? No. What place value do I go to next?
Then you'll go to the 10ths.
Tenths place. Is there a difference in the tenths place?
Yeah.
Okay. What is my difference?
The difference is that the 8.8 is higher than the 8 is higher than the 7.
Good. So then I would have 8 and 8/10 is greater than 8 and 792 thousandths. Okay, a lot of times if you're just rushing through and not taking time and not paying attention, you're going to say, oh, well, obviously this one's bigger because it has more digits. That's why we want to line them up. You're going to have, y'all are like, this is so easy. You're going to have a chance to prove to me how easy it is. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Carter, what's the answer to this one?
The answer?
Yeah, tell me the answer.
Okay, the answer is the exact same.
They're equal. Good. They are equal. They are equal. Boom! Shakalaka, peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees. Please subscribe.